Hi, my name is William Ramada, and I'm a life coach of my personal practice, Mastering Life's Journey, in the beautiful resort town of Virginia Beach, Virginia. I teach people we are all on a journey in life and how to get to the root of their challenges, to learn life lessons, and to live with purpose, to feel alive. I work with people who struggle with everyday challenges, goals, and even more to in depth problems and would like to experience peace, joy, happiness, and live a fulfilled life that they desire. My clients receive proven and extremely specific step by step coaching on exactly what they need to do to enjoy life and be purposeful in their life. Would you like to know more? Let's schedule a time to talk. In the meantime, enjoy this video. So we have been going through the 10 rules for the universe has a plan. Well, we're up to number 7 now. Everything changes, but it can only change you for the better. Quite an interesting thought, right? We have talked about several things about our lives and circumstances and stuff. So have you ever thought or asked yourself why this is true? You know, why does happiness come from within? You know, because everything changes, right? If your happiness is defined by outside things, then your emotional, let's look at it like stock portfolio, right? You have an emotional stock portfolio, and it is governed by the movement of your personal markets. All right, so we look at it like that. So when your self-worth goes up and you're feeling great about yourself, everything's going fine, and then it crashes and plummets because it is based on everything that is circumstantial in your life of every moment of your personal reality. So you can see how it go up and down, probably worse than the regular stock market. So when life conspires to always change from one form to another, then the law of reality is that anything and everything can change you for the better. Every circumstance in your life will change you for the better. You know, it may not be your it may not change your circumstances into better circumstances though, but it is always guaranteed to change you into a better version of yourself. So watch that stock that you get. um, this is evolution's timeless guarantee. Um, while your circumstances don't always immediately prove and you do get better, but when you really internalize this rule, you become a conscious participant in life. And that's when you really start to accept the deeper invitations into the heart that we would call surrender. And surrendering is not just sitting in your chair or in your couch waiting for things to happen to you, waiting for life to get better and come to you and make things happen. Surrender is facing everything that you do encounter, every one of those circumstances. Surrender is when you open up and you receive what is given and what is knowing, and you will know that it only makes you better because that is the only option that life gives you. You can't go backwards. At least I haven't figured out how to go back in time yet. Um, you can only stay exactly where you are because, I don't know, you can stay where you are and figure things out until you can move yourself forward. um, and it is only when you are ready to step forward. And when you do that, you step into your destiny of your true story and into your own greatness. That is when we become good and we really master our soul journey, our life's journey. But best of all, you don't have to surrender what series of events you might need in order to become this highest you. All you need is to be willing to stay the course by letting go and loving yourself throughout each of these twists and turns, through every circumstances that comes around. So you might say, well, how do I become a willing participant? Well, you have to know what it means to be an unwilling participant. You know, if you're unwilling, and if you're an unwilling participant, you are one who is attempting to avoid surrender, who is negotiating with life instead of opening up to it. Well, it would seem to be like a form of contemplation, but in order for your true insight to dawn in on you, we must ask how our lives are only changing for us for the better, with no more negotiations in mind. Reminds me of a time my daughter Raven and I, we were going to fly to the Philippines on vacation to visit my wife because my wife was there for a while. And our flight plan changed because the pilot became sick. So of course you gotta get another ticket, another flight, and you have to arrange them. So the best you can to meet up with the other flights. Well, there was a guy in front of us, pretty irate, and he was just giving the attendant a hard time. This attendant guy, he just doing his best to be polite and courteous, and it's not his fault. I mean, he didn't make the pilot sick, and he can't bring one in faster. But this guy was irate anyway. And yes, his plans changed, and he would have to spend more time in Norfolk than he intended to. But he was still able to get where he was going. Maybe not the exact time, same exact flight, but he would get there. But it was just the way that life intended him to get there. And when we surrender and we realize this is how things work, this is how life intended it to be, then the happier you're going to be. Because when everything changes, but it can only change you for the better. But you have to have that option open to you. My daughter and I, we got a free meal out of it, so we got to sit and we talked for a little while, right? Before we get on another plane. It wasn't too difficult. We had to, go to see another attendant to arrange the flights more because we were going overseas, not just staying in the continental U.S., so it was a little bit different. But we have to remember rule number 6 also. The universe always has a plan, right? Now we are stronger because everything changes. So keep that in mind as you go through these circumstances, because no matter what happens in life, you learn to surrender and you just go with it. Don't let your emotional stock portfolio go crazy on you. You are better than you believe you are, so don't let it crash. Have a great day. Be blessed.